Randy, do you remember our first time to Ohio?
That's been a long time ago.
Whew, I can't tell you how many years it's been.
I don't remember the first time. I know the first time we come through, we didn't really find a whole lot.
That's the first time we come. We had always went to Pennsylvania. Well, we hadn't been that many times, just a couple of times. We had enjoyed Pennsylvania. I'd heard there was more Amish over here than there was over there. So we decided we would come up. We didn't know where we was going, what we was doing. I think we seen one Amish on a horse and buggy. And we went to some big old building, and I don't know where it was at. But it was in Holmes County. And that's where we're at, is Holmes County. Holmes County. And, but we seen nothing. We got so aggravated, we just drove over to Pennsylvania and spent the rest of the time we had. But, you know, the luxury of, we didn't have internet then now. That's computers and stuff, so that tells you it was a long time ago. And, so we, now have the luxury of computers, so, when we came up and went to New York, and like I said, it's 9 years ago, we came up and visited Ohio, and we liked it, and so we've been coming back. Oh my goodness, we came in March, so we get to come once or twice a year. We've gotten to enjoy every season. So I'll tell you, when we came in March, oh, it was cold, wasn't it, Randy?
Yes, it was, but it felt good.
How cold was it?
4 degrees.
There was snow and wind, and it was really cold. And the thing was, you couldn't bundle up. Like, you know, if you was going to stay outside, you could bundle up in layers. But we were just going from the hotel to the room, to the truck, from the truck to the shop or to the restaurant. So like that, or either we was in the truck riding, you was warm. So if you was bundled up, you was overdressed for us. So it was something, but anyway, we had a good time.
Well, that's nice. Got longhorns there too.
Yep. I'll try to show them to you. Hello, cowsies. Got some Holsteins. For you that don't know, those are good milk cows. I guess these are beef. The longhorns would be more of a beef cow. But he's pretty. There's one up the road that's got some really long horns. We'll see if we can get some pictures later. We are headed to Walnut Creek Cheese. It's got it's a little grocery store. On one end they have, well, majority of the end, they have kitchen, anything you want for the kitchen. I bought some stuff there before, but that is where we're headed. They have all kinds of goodies. They have cannery, seasoned decorations. That's fun. They got deli. They got grocery store. We're going to the restaurant, and they have ice cream. Yay! They're getting ready for fall. I'll show you the pretty decoration as we go in the door. Look at there. Yeah, I'm getting ready to go home and decorate. Next week's fall, y'all. Look at that. Those look good. Those look real good. I want to make one. That's pretty. Yep. Yep. Well, Texas Longhorns have come to Ohio. Isn't it pretty? Whoa, look at that. You in the miry clay? You in the miry clay? Feels good to be in that miry clay, huh? Cool to you. Probably want that mud all over you so the flies won't bother you. Okay. Look at his. Whew. Well, look at hers. He is a she. Sorry about that, girl. And she's showing them there for me. Oh, ain't she? Oh, she's beautiful. I would just be scared. We'd be up there with her and petting her, and she'd sling one of them horns, not meaning to, and sling it into you. So I guess you couldn't pet them like we did ours. Right, we marching on. But they are pretty, yeah. Isn't that pretty? Love that. He's cutting his hay.
Four horses you got?
Mm-hmm. Well, they're getting in the hay. Yeah, I think so. They're baling. Oh, they got a baler like we had. Going in with the load. That's the best part of all the work. Getting to ride the bales of hay in. So Randy and I were reminiscing about the good old days, about cutting hay when my daddy cut hay, he would have to cut it, then he'd have to turn it and let it dry, and then you would turn it and let it dry some more, and then you bale it. But he would come in and watch that. He'd watch the weather like a hawk, and it would, if it called for a chance of rain, he'd have to go out and bale it. And I'll tell you what, having to pick some of that green bales of hay was, oh, they were so heavy.
Yeah, they make yarns feel like it was about a mile long.
I guarantee you. I remember one time, my brother and his wife at the time, Daddy had hay, and we had to get it in, and they were staying with us, and so they came out and helped get the hay in. Well, his wife was driving the truck, and I was stacking, and my brother was throwing it up to me. And then when we got into the barn, and I'm telling you, this was green hay. It was heavy, but the rain was coming, and so we had to get it in. And so when we got under the barn, I was, taking it back there to him and throwing it to him, and his wife felt so sorry for me, so she thought she was going to help me, because them bales was, I think he had put concrete in them. They were so heavy. I'm serious. So anyway, she was going to help me. Now this was like just a few days before school just was going to start. And I had grabbed one string on one side, and she grabbed another string on the other side, and we went to pull. And when we did, the bully part, I call it the billy goat part of her head right there, hit me under my eye. I had to sit down. Oh, I didn't want to cry, but my eye was just watering and pouring. Yeah, I ended up with a black eye. I think that was the year I was going into the 11th grade. And the first week of school, I had to wear glasses so nobody would see my black and blue eye. That was pretty rough. But, I spent a lot of time in the hay barn playing and crawling all over and just having a good time. So I grew up on a hay farm, and their baler looks just like our baler, because we had square bales. Daddy never did let me bale, but he did let me cut one time, and he cut with me. But I remember loading the pickup truck up many a time and going up the hills, going to the house and loading them under the barn. Y'all, that was long and hot, because you have to get your hay in the winter, in summertime. It's not a cool job about it. So it brought back a lot of memories seeing them after they got through loading the trailer. They all loaded up and rode to the barn, and that's what we would do. We would all, after we got, sometimes I had to load the truck. I started out driving the truck. I started driving at 8. And so I started driving the truck, and then when I got older, I would have to get in the back and stack the hay, and then as I got older, I had to pick the hay up and put it on the trailer. On the truck. And then as I got older, I got smart and I got him.
I got to do it.
In the Bible it talks about Jacob worked for Rachel. He got Leah. Sorry, our Leah. So, but he didn't get our Leah. So anyway, I pick it ready and tell him he had to work to get me. He had to work in the hayfield.
That's right.
But I do miss it at times. That was my childhood. That's what we did. And it was hot. It really was. And I remember there was times as I got older, everybody else. I have an older sister. She had a husband at the time, and he helped. And then when they divorced, he was no longer there. And then my brother, when he was home, he helped. But once he got married when I was 11. So it was a lot of times it was just me and Daddy. And
until I come along.
Until Randy come along. Sometimes the neighbors would come up and help some, but it was hot. I remember a lot of times, and I feel so sorry for Daddy. We would walk around and stack the hay in bales in the field, and then pull up, and then both of us would get off. I would get up on the truck, and he would throw them up to me, and I would stack them. But You know, some of the best times was riding on that hay, and then you go over those terraced, you know, the hills goes like this here, we call them terraced. And when you go over them, if you didn't have it stacked right, you bounce off, and down goes the hay, and down goes you. But that was good memories. It didn't seem so good back then, did it? But that was part of life. And just looking at that, at them working like that, working together, just brought back a lot of memories.